Students at Tufts University have had an emotional few weeks as they, like college students across the country, make sense of what a Trump win means for their country. Reporter Jenny Fang has spent the last week talking to students and documenting election-related events around campus.
Election results and post-election emotions could be challenging to deal with, especially on a liberal arts university campus. Institutions within the Tufts community have been encouraging its students to channel the feelings and actions in the most effective and beneficial way. Last Thursday night, the world-renowned French philosopher Alain Badiou came to the Fletcher School at Tufts University to analyze the current election results in a philosophical approach, which provided a fresh perspective in the midst of post-election trauma on campus.
Say to ourselves, one word and only one: courage. Thank you.
Students from all Boston area attended the event.
The idea of not viewing Trump as an event quite yet and not viewing Trump as the problem but rather the symptom was the most poignant section of this. I think we're in the country right now very much feeling anxious and worried, but when we consider Trump as the symptom of a larger problem, it refocuses our attention to figuring out how to move forward, and his methodologies for moving forward I think were fairly useful and interesting.
A lot of campus discussions right now about Trump tend to focus on Trump himself, right? This obsession with the figure, the demagogue, which is interesting to an extent, but if we really want to kind of solve these problems and really tackle them, I think what Badiou presents is an interesting and novel take on the issue. The way I could use this talk in a productive way to start campus discussions is really to broaden the discussion. By doing that, I think we're actually able to then try to organize ourselves and create useful and productive responses to these problems. Ultimately, you have a focus on getting things done for people, making sure that it's more than just a way to kind of get emotions out there and provide them with actual resources to really affect change in their lives.
Just one day before the talk, the Sanctuary Campus protest drew together more than 200 students to walk out of their classes and call for a demonstration to protect undocumented immigrants on campus. It was among one of the 106 universities across the country to participate in Movimiento Conscientious #SanctuaryCampus campaign.
So I think this rally was a very good start. It was a very good way to tell the university and the surrounding universities that, the students have a voice and they are in support of making Tufts a sanctuary campus and in support of protecting all their students. Prior to the walkout and the rally, we had sent out a petition demanding that Tufts become a sanctuary campus. And we had over 3,000 signatures in just a few days. And we also had a lot of support from faculty. After the rally, I was very inspired. I didn't expect that many people to show up, and I didn't really expect so many administrators to show up in support. So I was very surprised and very happy with the results. Right. So the work that we're doing, and that work that needs to be done. So we are doing research into fighting immigration cases, the specifics of a sanctuary campus, as I was saying, how to implement that, and what that means for the university, and what that means for the nation as a whole. And also for the surrounding community, what it means that Tufts is a sanctuary campus. What does that mean to the surrounding neighborhood, and how we can also support the neighborhood, which is very important.
The ex-college at Tufts University, which is one of the nation's oldest of its kind, committed to interdisciplinary education, engaged leadership, and active citizenship, along with the International Relations Program, Department of Urban and Environmental Policies, and Political Science Department, brought in a conflict management specialist, Libby Mahaffey, from MIT, to train students to engage more productively and feel more centered when in dialogue around difficult issues with families and friends during Thanksgiving break. This program is an answer to a growing number of students who voiced their concerns to their faculty members in the past 2 weeks. The program only came about last Thursday, but faculty members at Tufts were dedicated to make it happen before the Thanksgiving break, to make it be of most relevance to its students. For Somerville Neighborhood News, I'm Jenny Fang.